Dr. Finger, am I correct in assuming that the National Intelligence Estimate was based exclusively on the report of the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change?
No, sir, you're not correct in that.
Okay.
We took as a starting point the IPCC fourth report. We added to that peer-reviewed scientific materials produced in the years since that report was produced. We consulted with a variety of U.S. government and academic specialists on it. But we did not attempt to evaluate the climate science. That review and supplementing of it said that reflected a reasonable scientific projection. The IPCC report is at a global level, which doesn't provide very much useful information on how individual nations, subcomponents of nations, sectors of the economy, agricultural crops, and so forth. For that kind of detail, we turn to the two commissioned studies.
Several weeks ago, there was an article that appeared in Nature magazine that said for approximately the next decade, we will be experiencing a period of global cooling. Was any of the information in the Nature article put into the National Intelligence Assessment, or did that article come out too late for it to be of use to you?
Other than the experts that we consulted may have seen it and factored it into their analysis, but we did not use it.
Well, given the fact that the computerized projections that the IPCC used would come up with a significantly different result if even there was a 1/10 of a degree cooling or a 1/10 of a degree warming, and greater than that if the variations were different either up or down. How would the National Intelligence Estimate or National Intelligence Assessment change if the IPCC projections ended up being proven wrong because of changes in actual observed temperatures, either upwards or downwards?
We can't answer that question, sir.
Okay.
Because we took as the starting point projected change. If change occurs in ways that are different than our assessments based on the projection of the individual countries and then a projection of the coping capacity of those countries and then on national security, would have to change. But again, the starting point for this was the climate science report of the IPCC. They've been peer-reviewed, including in parts of the U.S. government. That if that's wrong, then what follows is wrong.
Okay, well, I think that makes the point that many of us on this side of the aisle are making, is that even a small error on the part of the IPCC projections compared to what is actually observed now and in the future is going to make all of this debate really irrelevant in terms of how we deal with the issue. I think we're going to be hearing pretty soon that many of the people who have been involved in this effort for quite a while were predicting a nuclear winter and global cooling as late as 25 to 30 years ago. And in terms of making decisions that would have a major impact on our economy, one that would weaken our economy at a time when it's not too strong, it seems to me that we ought to stop and think through things, because if we make decisions now and it's based on imprecise data or projections that are wrong, there will be a lot of people hurt very unnecessarily. I yield back the balance of my time.
Thank the gentleman, and the Chair recognizes the